everyone, this is The Last Word and I'm Marya Shakil. It's Yatra versus Yatra en route to the Lok Sabha polls of 2024. The grand old party, Congress, has announced Rahul Gandhi's Nyay Yatra just before Prime Minister Narendra Modi interacted with beneficiaries of various government initiatives as part of BJP's Viksit Bharat Sankalp Yatra.
विकसित भारत संकल्प यात्रा का ध्येय उस व्यक्ति तक पहुंचने का है जो किसी कारणवश भारत सरकार की योजनाओं से वंचित रहा है। तो मैं ये गाड़ी लेकर के गांव-गांव इसलिए निकला हूं कि मैं बताना चाहता हूं कि यहां कोई रिश्वतखोरी नहीं चलती है, कोई भाई भतीजावाद नहीं चलता है। जो लोग रह गए हैं मैं उनको खोज रहा हूं। जैसे जैसे पता चलेगा आने वाले दिनों में उन तक भी मैं पहुंचाऊंगा, इसकी गारंटी लेकर के मैं आया हूं।
Bharat Nyay Yatra is the name itself is reflecting the objective of the yatra. सबके लिए न्याय चाहिए. The yatra is going to be flag off by the Honorable Congress President on January 14th at Imphal. This yatra is actually a east to west yatra. We have done south to north yatra from Kanyakumari to Kashmir. Now we are doing a yatra from east west. East. What is this question is arising? Without Manipur, how can we do a yatra now like this yatra? Because we have to try to heal the pain of the people of Manipur.
The Nyay Yatra that will crisscross from east to west, including the Seven Sisters of Northeast, comes after the much talked about Bharat Jodo Yatra. Judging by the assembly results in states that the Yatra first touched, the impact has been a mixed one. In the Hindi heartland, Congress saw diminishing returns of the Bharat Jodo Yatra in Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh. Despite spending close to 16 days covering 500 kilometers in Rajasthan, Congress lost the state. In Madhya Pradesh too, Rahul spent 12 days but with little impact. The party's footprint shrank further. And Chhattisgarh, the state that the Bharat Jodo Yatra skipped, saw the Congress lose with its seats tally overall shrinking by 33 seats. In the south, that's Karnataka and Telangana, it was a different picture. Congress won both the states handsomely. I asked senior BJP leader and Parliamentary Affairs Minister, who will, in fact, win the parliament via the Yatra. Listen in to what he told me. लोकसभा चुनाव कुछ ही महीने में होने वाला है और राहुल गांधी यात्रा पे निकल रहे हैं। न्याय यात्रा कांग्रेस ने कहा है और ये उसी वक्त होने वाला है या होगा जब आपकी विकसित भारत संकल्प यात्रा चल रही है। इज दिस यात्रा वर्सेस यात्रा?
तो विकसित भारत संकल्प यात्रा तो उद्देश्य अलग है। एक तो जैसे माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने बार बार कहा है तो ये सैचुरेशन के लिए है। जिसको गैस नहीं मिला है तो जिसको मिला है, कभी कभी क्या होता है गवर्नमेंट स्कीम के ऊपर विश्वास नहीं, क्योंकि विरासत में ऐसी स्थिति इन्होंने ऐसे करके रखा है कांग्रेस पार्टी ने। तो अभी तो हमने सैचुरेशन पर जाने के लिए जिसको नहीं मिला है तो उसको दिलवाने के लिए देने के लिए ये चल रहा है। तो उसको और इसका कंपैरिजन नहीं है। लेकिन मैं राहुल गांधी को ये लास्ट टाइम भी बोला था चुनाव में, 2019 के चुनाव में, न्याय का एक 75,000 रुपये, लोग इनको बिलीव नहीं किया, पीपल डिड नॉट बिलीव। और ये बहुत बार तो विदेश यात्रा करते हैं, अभी तो ये बस यात्रा कर रहे हैं। लेकिन 2014 में ही लोग इनको बस करके बोला है, हिंदी में बस थे ना, बस करके बोला है, तो करने दो।
लेकिन कांग्रेस पार्टी का कहना है कि दे वन कर्नाटका एंड ऑल्सो तेलंगाना बिकॉज ऑफ दिस यात्रा, द भारत जोड़ो यात्रा, बिकॉज भारत जोड़ो यात्रा क्रॉस दोज टू स्टेट्स।
नहीं, उस टाइम भी मध्य प्रदेश भी क्रॉस हुआ था, राजस्थान भी क्रॉस हुआ था। राजस्थान में जब मैं गया राजस्थान को, एक फ्लाईओवर का भारत जोड़ो फ्लाईओवर करके लिखा था। मैंने भाई ये क्या लिखा है यार, ऐसे पूछा। राहुल गांधी यही राजस्थान की इसी से इधर से शुरू किया था, तो उस टाइम ये उद्घाटन भी नहीं हुआ था ये फ्लाईओवर, इसीलिए इसका भारत जोड़ो फ्लाईओवर करके रखा है नाम। तो उधर भी हुआ था जी। तो जहाँ जीता है उधर राहुल गांधी का यात्रा हुआ, जहाँ हारा है उधर क्या है जी, उधर भी यात्रा हुआ था। हारा ज़्यादा है, जीता एक ही है।
तो आपका कहना है कि यात्रा का कोई इम्पैक्ट नहीं होगा?
मैं तो इम्पैक्ट और इम्पैक्ट के मैं बात ही नहीं कर रहा हूँ ना। उन्होंने तो बहुत यात्रा किए, विदेश यात्रा भी करते हैं, ये भी यात्रा करते हैं, इससे पहले भी यात्रा करते हैं, हमको कुछ लेना देना नहीं है उसमें।
लेट्स टॉक अबाउट कर्नाटका, योर होम
इनसिग्निफिकेंट अब मैंने
स्टेट।
क्यों बात करना है?
So you're saying Rahul Gandhi is insignificant to politics, or is he insignificant in terms of this yatra?
I am telling insignificant yatra.
So you can watch that full interview with Union Minister of Parliamentary Affairs Prahlad Joshi at 10:30 p.m. tonight. Let me bring in my guests now. So Rahul Gandhi is ready to walk again, but can he make the crawling Congress fly? Joining me on the show, Mohan Kumar Mangalam is national spokesperson of the Congress. We have Dr. Zafar Islam, national spokesperson and former MP of the BJP, Rashid Kidwai, senior journalist, Dr. Sajjan Kumar, political analyst. Mohan Kumar Mangalam, I want to understand from you why this name change of the Yatra from Bharat Jodo to Nyay.
Well, I think the first Bharat Jodo Yatra, the three main issues that were raised during that Yatra were around income inequality, unemployment and politics. So overall economic situation, the erosion of democratic institutions, the rise of electoral autocracy, and obviously the divisive politics that are playing out and the attempts by the BJP to divide the polity the best they can on communal lines. I think this is somewhat similar in the sense that, it's taken from the preamble of our constitution, saying that we are talking about economic justice, social justice, and political justice. So I would say that isn't drastically varied in messaging, but a more tuned messaging in that we're talking about achieving these pillars that are important to us from the constitution. I think, Marya, in your introductory remarks, you said Congress is crawling. I think that's a very unfair characterization. We've won a major state in the south. And I will say that the difference maybe between the north and the south in as far as Bharat Jodo Yatra's
So let's say the Congress has taken a huge leap in the south with 2 states having been won. But what about the Hindi belt, which has the significant number of MPs? So I'm talking about that. So let me bring in the analyst before I bring in Zafar Islam. Zafar Islam, so there is an objection coming in from the Congress spokesperson as to why is the BJP getting so anxious?
Well, we are not at all anxious. All we are trying to tell them that this kind of a picnic, which is being organized for Rahul Gandhi, will have no impact for their party, no impact for any citizen of this country, and will have no bearing on anything in Indian politics. It is something they want to keep him away from during the general election. That's why, being a child of the first family, they had to organize something, a picnic which has been organized for Rahul Gandhi, and something you will know that it has absolutely no impact on electoral politics. That's what they have said, that they made a statement that this is not for getting electoral politics or asking for votes.
But Zafar Islam, Rahul Gandhi, this yatra ends in March and the elections are likely to be in April. So he's very much around during elections.
I'm sure, Marya, you have covered enough in politics. You understand a political leader who is of some worth will not go for yatra when the election is around the corner. It has certainly been asked to stay away from politics, just make noise when you are on picnic. People, we will support you to organize the picnic, but don't say that we are asking for votes. I'm here for vote.
Okay.
Because he knows
Marya, you have to let me respond to that.
Senior leadership of the Congress party knows that whatever he does, whether he appeals or he doesn't appeal, it will have absolutely no bearing.
Okay.
So it will not convert into vote. So why to unnecessarily ask for vote? Because it will have zero impact.
Okay,
Let me tell you one more thing.
Yes.
Rahul Gandhi or Congress party is actually organizing this yatra, so-called yatra, is to get something. While our Viksit Yatra is to provide people. We are providing the welfare scheme, and if somebody is left out, for some reason or the other, we must do a course correction and they need to be added.
Yes, because you are the party in power. power. So you have to ensure the saturation as you are aiming to achieve through this Viksit Bharat. But tell me, Mohan Kumar Mangalam, before I bring in the two analysts, why this picnic at this time, as is being said by the BJP spokesperson?
I'd appreciate if you don't use the same derogatory terms that he has. He certainly doesn't know what he's talking about. If anyone's having a picnic, it is the Prime Minister and the government, and it is, unfortunately, at the taxpayer's expense. Whether it is spending 6.5 lakhs to have permanent selfie points with Mr. Modi at different railway stations, while railway bogies are going full of people without seats, or whether it is this Viksit Bharat Sankalp Yatra, which is basically a government outreach program, but actually it is a BJP political program masquerading as a government outreach program. So they're just spending taxpayers' money, even though they are the richest political party by far, thanks to their benefactors who are these large business houses they've managed to concentrate all money and power into. So let's not talk about who's having a picnic. I can't even remember the last time a BJP leader walked in his own constituency, much less walked across the country the way Rahul Gandhi ji did in Bharat Jodo Yatra 1. If anyone's having a picnic and at the taxpayer's expense, it is the BJP.
Okay, so let's talk about the political impact of a Nyay Yatra. Dr. Sajjan Kumar, we are putting out those graphics. The Congress has a point here that why are we looking at only Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan? There are two states which Rahul Gandhi actually crossed, and those two states have been won by them, and with a landslide.
Look, in terms of this, every yatra has three aspects. One is the semantics of yatra, from Bharat Jodo Yatra to Nyay. So unity and justice is one thing. Second is the brand of the leader who is undertaking that yatra, and third is the impact. Now, coming about the semantics, one of the difference, if we go into the history, I mean, starting from Gandhi and Vinoba, that was a very mode of discovering India and understanding India, to 1980s when political yatras acquired a currency. When you see in 80s, Chandrasekhar for the first time in 1983 is taking Bharat Yatra. You know, there was more a sense of humility that you want to understand and seeking a larger resonance. Similarly, it was the time when Cycle Yatra was being undertaken by Kashi Ram Adani, discourse was there. Then in deep south, N.T. Ramarao was taking Rath Yatra. Then further late 80s, you have Advani taking Rath Yatra for Ram Temple construction. Now, in everything, there is one distinct feature. The ones who were taking the Yatra already had a charismatic personality. Gandhi was Gandhi before Dandi March. He has traveled. Chandrasekhar already had arrived on the platform as a leader. Similarly, you have N.T. Ramarao, a superstar who was there. And then the Telugu pride got resonance. In the case of Bharat Jodo Yatra, besides semantic, when you see some sort of, entitlement, that you have the agency to unite, you have the agency to give justice. There is also one thing that this is, a yatra cannot be a brand-making exercise. You have to be a brand before you take the yatra, because then the masses connect by the charisma that you carry in your own personality. The impact of Bharat Jodo Yatra has been that Rahul Gandhi's negative image, negative brand image, that has been whitewashed. Within Congress, whatever doubt that we witnessed because of G20 and all sort of internal
But Sajjan, you can't take away one point. What Bharat Jodo Yatra did achieve was that Rahul Gandhi is being seen as a politician, that he is not really reluctant who can walk for several kilometers and walk through several states.
That's exactly my point, that the yatra is being done to build a brand for Rahul Gandhi rather than a charismatic leader adding to the yatra to send a larger message. So it is an inward-looking exercise when in the entire discourse from Jodo to Nyay is primarily aimed at building a brand. While the success
so
of
it
the
is about brand building, Rashid Kidwai. How is this yatra being seen within the Congress? I want to understand from you as someone who has covered the Congress very, very closely. And, the yatra politics is something that is not really unknown to Indian Janta. And it has had huge impact. We have seen whosoever has walked miles has really achieved politically and electorally as well. What is different
Marya,
this time around?
Yeah. So, Marya, Rahul Gandhi's yatra or yatras have always been, high on optics and low on substance. We tend to glorify yatras and we look at past with a great sense of accomplishment or so. This was not a case. Sajjan just mentioned many of the yatra. The Chandrasekhar's yatra, which is touted as a big success, was actually a disaster in nature, because in 1983 he undertook the yatra. By the time he completed it politically, Indira Gandhi assassination and Rajiv Gandhi's landslide victory. So Mr. Chandrasekhar was nowhere in politically speaking. Similarly, see, so political parties, the leaders need to do cost-benefit analysis. See, it's like this having ace political strategist. Unless the brand is strong, you cannot build it. So Rahul Gandhi's problem, wherever the Congress was strong in Karnataka and in Telangana, it did well. But Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Rajasthan, when they were pitted against a bigger brand, that being Narendra Modi, you see, it fell off. And similarly, it will happen. It's going to take tremendous drain on the Congress resources when Lok Sabha elections are so close by. But it is Rahul Gandhi's call, and I think Rahul Gandhi's problem is it's about role, because the party is not been able to give a role for to him, whether it is for parliamentary election or for the organization. So in this kind of confusion, because there is India Alliance and the leadership issue is not settled. There is Mr. Kharge's name is mentioned. Rahul Gandhi is not a leader of Congress parliamentary party, nor is the leader of Indian National Congress, in the sense Mr. Kharge is holding office of Congress president. So he is doing this exercise. So he is leader at large. There is no, quantification.
Oh, that's an interesting coinage. Leader at large. What does it actually mean? Mohan Kumar Mangalam. I want to understand what Rashid Kidwai and also Sajjan Kumar, two political analysts, have to say, that these are yatras which are high on optics but low on substance.
So I don't agree with either of them. And I'll say that one of the things they're missing out on is that Rahul Gandhiji, whether either of them chooses to believe he's a national brand of some repute or not, we certainly do. He is certainly the most powerful, unifying and energizing brand within the Congress party. And one of the things the Congress party, especially in the North and the East, needs right now is, and the Congress cadre, I mean, is someone to energize them, pick them up and make them believe in the ability to win again. Because there's no denying the fact that after the defeat that we've had in the assembly elections in the North, certainly a big portion of our cadre would be demoralized. He did that in the South when Mr. Kidwai talks about the Congress party being South, strong in the South and not in the North. I disagree. We were in government in Madhya Pradesh and in Rajasthan, just before we were ousted through Operation Lotus, and in government in Rajasthan. What they did in Telangana and Karnataka was, after Mr. Gandhi's Bharat Jodo Yatra, they did independent yatras to carry it forward. I think maybe that is the one portion, that's the one trick rather, that maybe the North missed, which is that when this sort of excitement, buzz and energy is created by a national leader walking through your state, you're supposed to pick that up and continue that journey all the way to conclusion. That may be the difference.
Okay, Zafar Islam, come in on this. Essentially, you may criticize, and call it whatever you may, but as far as Rahul Gandhi's Yatra is concerned, it will be high on optics, something that will force the BJP to look for a counter narrative.
Marya, as I said earlier, from our perspective, it is of no consequence. They are looking for some consequence for their benefits. From our perspective, it will have absolutely no impact on electoral politics. Maybe Mr. Mangalam feels, or maybe all the Congress cadre feels, that it's a disintegrated workforce within the Congress party and they need to be unified. And that's why Rahul Gandhi, being son of the first political family of Congress, he needs to be used to unify the cadre. Maybe that could be the objective. Maybe to give some visibility to Rahul Gandhi. Maybe some other objective to keep him away from the mainstream politics and just keep him, send him on picnic. Something, there could be agenda. But let me tell you very clearly, as far as the people of this great country understand, that as somebody said, that somebody has to be a leader who is seen by the people as a charismatic leader. That is something missing in case of Rahul Gandhi. So if you are not seen as one, then you will have very little impact on the mind of
quickly, 20
people.
seconds, Mohan, and then I'll give the final words to the two analysts.
Whether someone is seen as a leader or not, I don't think Mr. Syed Zafar Islam should speak for the whole of the country. I can tell you that in my state of Tamil Nadu, Mr. Modi's popularity ratings are below 30%. Let him try and come and stand somewhere in Tamil Nadu, he won't even get his deposit. So let's not talk about the entire country having the same impression for Mr. Modi or Mr. Rahul Gandhi. The other thing I wanted to say was this picnic thing again and again is being said. Now, I want to say that since Mr. Chandrasekhar, please tell me one leader who has walked the entire nation, mostly Padyatra, about 38 to 40 kilometers a day were walked in the first Bharat Jodo Yatra. Now we are covering 50% more distance in 25% less time. So a lot of it will be bus yatra.
Okay.
But it certainly beats Mr. Modi's aerial yatra at taxpayers' expense even today.
Sajjan and Rashid, one minute to both of you. Sajjan Kumar, when was the last time, correct me because you have a better understanding of how yatras have been undertaken in the past in history, a leader of a party embarked on a yatra, not the party president?
I mean, that thing, if you see, it has been the case of Deep South, into the United Andhra. N.T. Ramarao was who in 1983 launched Telugu Desam Party and in 6 months had a landslide victory. And then Advani also took the Rath Yatra. That was one of the things. Why Rajsekhar Reddy? I mean, when he ousted Chandra Babu Naidu, there was a Yatra, and that was a very famous Yatra. Jagan Reddy has taken the, Yatra. So there are history of Yatra. What the point here is that Yatras should convey a larger message, and to convey that message, you already have to have a brand. Your prime purpose cannot be to build a brand of a leader who has been facing a negative brand value. So Bharat Jodo Yatra is successful to that extent.
Do you think this Nyay Yatra then, Rashid, final words, should have been undertaken by the Congress president?
No,
because it is about building the Congress party, ensuring that, yatras often lead to electoral successes. Then in that case, it should have been somebody who's the leader of the party rather than someone who is a member of the party. Yes, he may be the biggest face, but then when we look at the dynamics, there is someone who's holding the post of the Congress president.
Marya, you're looking at the procedural thing. The fact of the matter is, it is Gandhis who represent the political leadership of the Congress party. Nobody has a doubt about it. It is for Rahul Gandhi to own this up and say it so that he is a prime ministerial candidate. He's an India Alliance leader. He's a Congress leader in Parliament. He's not doing it. See, he has goodwill. We saw in Mizoram, his yatra there found some kind of traction. But look at the results. It was missing. So that is the biggest problem. His yatras have to translate into votes. Politics and democracy is all about numbers. If he's not getting numbers, he'll be dubbed as a failure.
All right. All right. Thank you so much for joining us, Rashid Kidwai, Dr. Zafar Islam, Mohan Kumar Mangalam, and Sajjan Kumar. Thank you for analyzing this yatra. Of course, when the yatra will be going on, we'll be looking at various optics and the messaging very, very closely. That's all from me. Thanks so much for watching.